Swedish team that won the World Junior Championship. More checking pressure, hits it to the corner for the home side. Lodin there supported and moved it to Philp, who had a chance to get a touch. Taken now and advancing it, Alfons Freij. They're also part of that Swedish World Junior Championship team. Timrå to the attack, looking down the right side, Lodin into the corner. Down low to keep it alive at the offensive end. Per Svensson now handled by Lodin. Brings it up high, sends it down low. Riding style already. This area well, moves it along. Past 3 years with Färjestad for Marcus Westfeld. Centering pass. Hops into the circle, taken by Freij. Zipped one up high. Finds the window and comes around to Svensson. Twisted it near side. Freij twisting and turning. Places the puck behind the net. Centering pass, here's a shot down, there's a block in front, second chance, and a save there by Thelin. He was down to take away the short side as Timrå buzzes and looks for the icebreaker. 37-year-old Per Svensson moving it along, much younger. On the rise, Alfons Freij sending it. You drop the power play to do certain things, and you try to get into those situations to up the odds of success. And sometimes you just got to take what the game gives you, and that's exactly what happened there. And Philp now with 13 for the season. Lodin ends the corner with assists as they continue to rack up points. Tough year scoring-wise for much of the year for Färjestad. Very much unlike the previous season, but it's coming along now. Power play doing its part. Picked up by Roos. Bergqvist to center ice. Tomasek straight over the line. Numbers come to Tomasek. Tomasek maintains control. Roos back down low for the big check. The Olympian Tomasek. Studenic in to get a stick to it. Back towards the line. Roos was under some pressure. Managed to get it down low. Now a chance. Here's a shot. They score! Studenic squeezes it through the pads of Johansson. Studenic comes up with it. Down low. The scramble is on. He ends up taking the return, and he looks out in front and he just sweeps it along the ice. A difficult release to pick up. And it's off. That moves it for Roos, and they'll get a change with just over 8 minutes until the first intermission. Timrå leading the season series 3-0. They won 8-2 the last time the teams got together in Toronto. Played along the boards. Svensson with a pass ahead. Thelin stays at home behind Timrå. 27% on the power play this season. That's 6th best in the league, and they do have 37 power play goals, which is 4th best in the league. They tend to be volume shooters on the man advantage. We'll see if that's the case here. Freij dropping it off. Pedersen winding his way ahead. That's total. Like to see him get to work inside this zone. He's got it now. Dahlin controlling, stepping up. We'll move it to the line. Freij thought about the shot, passes up. Here's a chance. Thelin with the save, not cleared. Dahlin shoots, and it's into the corner. Pedersen on the far side. Sends it to the line. Working into space, Freij. Back for Pedersen. They'll exchange positions now. Pedersen at the perimeter. Plenty of time to run in the advantage. Across for Dahlin. Center of the line, Freij. Now loading it up, Pedersen dropping it off. Freij shoots, stopped, rebound available, and can they clear? No, they can't. Kept in as Shellman was herring. Way to Pedersen. Pedersen looking, firing, another save from Thelin. Karams to the wall for Dahlin. In the second half of the advantage. Left side, Pedersen, faked the shot, taking the shot, Freij. Stopped in front, there's a rebound, and they're right on at the visitors. Talked about their ability to get pucks to the net on the power play. They're showing that here. Dahlin firing, good stop. A shot for a rebound though, and onto that rebound, Jenborg. Ronnie Volterholm coming to it along the wall. And now a whistle stops him. Working along the boards, his stick comes up and just kind of brushes the side of Kjellman's face, and officials alert to it. Here's a look at some of the work on the power play. At the line, chance to hold it in, didn't work out, but they do have possession. Played past Freij, taken by Ledeen to the middle of the ice, and just about sneaking in there was Steen. Now picked up along the boards. He'll turn and center. And Phil, Steen, excuse me. Zohorna now distributing. There's a shot, and that one sent just wide. An off-wing chance there, and they just missed on the stick side and over the line, and now before the intermission. Changes taking place. Forsmark taking that all in. Now he'll leave the puck off. Freij sends it to the wing with a red stripe and a cross. Talking going out there, giving Roos an idea what's happening behind him, but he still turned it over. Keys to the net for the home side. Tied up in their skates. Phil doing a good job of chewing up the time. Now the puck pops behind the net. Centering pass. They score! What a pass and what a finish! And Timrå gets on the board as the first period comes to a close. Back in, and check this out. Tie up off the draw. The seconds coming off the clock. Looks like they're home and clear, Färjestad. And then all of a sudden, look at that pass. Right out in front, right on the tape. Very controllable situation, and they didn't manage it very well. Here's a look now with the time. Here comes the puck. And yeah, that's a goal. So big news for Timrå to end the first period. Documented they've had troubles on the road. They've just got to find a way to win this one to give them a huge boost. They'll close things out at home on the weekend. Comes to the net here. Thelin looking for it. Can't find the loose puck. Now jammed in front. And they score! It finds a way in. And it's Pedersen who's tied the game. Svensson across. A nice touch from Freij. Dahlin. The talisman fires it. Thelin can't control the rebound. And that opens the door. And this one looks like it might have ricocheted off of Alba. When you do some things right, you get your bounce from time to time, and Timrå with a lot of things right in that situation. And look at Pedersen. There won't be a lot on the tank. Picked up down low. Levinson cutting out in front. Here's a chance. They don't get it to the net. And Färjestad now content just to get it out. One way, then the other in this one. Knocked to the corner by Thelin. Trying to get there, Lilja. Heikkinen in possession. Heikkinen controls, spins, gets it to the side of the net, and it's knocked down. Lilja centering with a pass there that didn't get to the goal. A one-time effort, or at least a sweeping quick release from Heikkinen. Didn't make it to the goal, but that's another nice shift for Timrå. Up ice pressure from Philp, trying to turn the tables. Philp into the circle. Zohorna couldn't get the shot away. Checked at the last instant by Vesfeldt. Hurkvist moving it along, comes back his way, leans into one, knocked down, picked up. Here's a chance, and a good stop from Johansson. Linus Johansson back in the swing of things after a 12-game injury absence. This is his second game back. Berglund in pursuit, gets to the corner, puts the body on, makes his presence felt. And finding it, advancing it, volley Volterholm. Working along the boards, Lundmark. Timrå unable to stick around. Phil back the other way as they cross the line. Puck played to the near side. Karlstad into the corner with it. Zohorna unload to handle along the wall. Prize it free, comes out in front. From the line, fired, redirected. That one almost found its way in. Johansson raising his arms in frustration. Cleared by Timrå. Taking it right back. Phil, now he has it stolen. Abbott doesn't like it. Abbott 9 wins and 6 losses since taking over the team. Marching on anxiously now, I'm sure, with this Timrå side trying to get its first lead of the game. They're working on the power play here, the second power play of the night. Freij along the boards. Well, with 2 guys on him, gets some help, does Freij, from Dahlin, who sent it far side. Nobody home, and Timrå colors, and Färjestad happy to get it out. Darting ahead, a confident-looking Pedersen onto the wing, pushed deep by Dahlin. Pedersen gets there. It's a little help along the boards from Volley Valterholm, but emerging is Färjestad, and now penalties coming up for the second time in the game. Timrå is going to put an end to their cross the line by Vadin, but now right back out, and down it goes as the power play now tries to get set for Timrå. At the line, Dahlin. No one jumps high in the air, taken along the boards by Lilja. Goes to the corner, comes back to Lilja. Working along the wall, Timrå in possession, trying to get something to the net. Good work by Färjestad to keep them wide in the zone, and now turning it over and sending it out. Penalty kill for Färjestad, third in the league this season, up over 81%. 24 power play goals conceded. That's right near the best in the league in terms of fewest allowed. 10 seconds remain in the advantage as it's knocked out to neutral by Philp. And now, after a series of penalties to both sides, the teams return to 5-on-5, driving Volley Valterholm's in, shoots, save Dahlin, rebound, and he's there, heads into the corner. Now he comes away with it from the corner. Anton Lander, the former Edmonton Oiler, back to the line. Svensson will hammer it around. Late stages of period 2. Late stages of period 1 when Timrå first got on the board. Svensson banks it off the wall. Taken by Eriksson. Back to the line they go. Controlled here. Freij making a move, takes the shot. Hit a body on the way. Freij coming off the wall, centering pass. Long distance effort ricochets. Here's Freij again, no shot. And time runs out. This time no late dramatics. To the line. Yenberg dodged a check there. And somehow in that, Timrå is able to hold on to it, and Freij works forward. At the line, catching up to it, Linus Eriksson. Don't get it deep. And Färjestad moves to the attack along the board, slowed up. Was for Shell. He's the 13th forward in the game for Cam Abbott. And it's behind the net off the boards. Working with this team. 9 wins, 6 losses with Abbott at the helm. And again, pushing to get inside the top 6. That one from an angle on Tuesday. Back to the line, Olis Mattsson fires. Johansson stopped. Tomaszek down for the face-off. Still up for grabs, taken by Timrå. Volley Valterholm to the red line, and then had it peeled away. It was done. Taken by a teammate, Gordon, 21-22. Now in season this season after batting in 6th for them. Very good at home, and just not very good at all on the road. But this night, giving themselves a chance in a tough place. Löfbergs Arena in Karlstad. And behind the net, Vadin. Watched by 2 players. It'll pop loose. This is Zohorna, and the big man steers it ahead. Not as far as Lodin, but it was knocked away. 371, 2-0. Another chance right off the faceoff. Vogler with a big lead on Luleå, 5-2. 2-2 in Karlstad. At the line for Olis Mattsson. He takes a shot. Knuckles wide, picked up by Pedersen. Pedersen having a terrific season. Now the youngster Eriksson, who starts things going north for Timrå. Now a chance to get it out in front. Eriksson was there, and the puck didn't make it to him. Now Ladina across the line, one-on-one. Good defensive work by Freij, reaching in with that stick and knocking the puck off the blade of Lodin. Regulation time. Now advancing to center ice. Timrå at the line and across. Wall rejecting them. They'll go back and start again. They'd like more of the puck. They have not had much of it in this 3rd period. Bergqvist, Studenic. Tracking back, laying it against the boards. Forsmark. Järvi there too. On the wall, Lilja can't get to it, nor can Roos. No backpedal, and Timrå will make a change. Pass across, taken off the boards. Scene putting it to the corner. driving off the wall. It's played to that far side. The Dean has to spin back, gets it. Freij takes it, plays it to the side. Then the shot up high and going down was Thelin, but he got enough to keep it out. I think he got a shoulder to it on the fast rising drive from an angle. Timrå again on the move, some speed here. Vedin just pushed wide at the last moment by Bergqvist. This is better from Timrå, the offensive thrust in this third period. Eriksson dumping it into the corner. Bergqvist will pick it up. Long lead pass to center. Speed through neutral. Tomášek. Studenic now driving. Studenic centering. Chance on a follow-up and diving across Johansson. Looked like it was all setting up for Tomášek. Sundin with a backhand pass. Pedersen to the line. They're unable to clear. Tomášek wants to make them pay. He's open on that one-timer side, but it doesn't get to him. They canceled those out, and now in the third. First goal of this final frame is the 5th of the year, officially credited to Berglund from Steen and Roos. And it comes at the 16 minutes, gives them the 3-2 advantage. Look along the boards now. It's chipped out by Timrå. They're going to have to do better than get clearances. The rest of emotion about the situation, but we're back underway. Long lead pass. Timrå not connecting on that. It's the second half of the season in overtaking Frölunda, who have really slumped. Now picked up by Zahorna to the backhand. He gets towards the net. Good save there by Johansson. They can't go down by 2 now. He's got to have everything. And he got that one. Been very busy in this third period. Up over 20 shots in the period. Hang around this end of the rink. Picked up along the boards. Played ahead. Östlund will find it. Goes win to 1 out in the final 2 minutes of regulation for Timrå. And they get the face-off. They have the puck. Taken to the boards. Östlund to the line, but kept in. Long shot bounces wide. Chipped into the corner. Got away from Nygren. Timrå trying to work it off the wall. Wally Valterholm goes far side. Possession off the wing. Now back behind the net. Wally Valterholm. Pedersen backing him up at some distance between those players. Now kicked at by Pedersen. Timrå just trying to win control. Never mind get a shot to the net. It's good work from Färjestad to keep them off balance. And then they cleared. Wally Valterholm hounded by Östlund. Starting ahead, Pedersen makes his way to the center ice line. He'll lift it in the air. In pursuit, Wally Valterholm. Karlstad there taken to the boards. Puck pops loose, picked up by Igor, who's got a chance now towards that empty net. Down to the ice he goes, and Freij can't believe it. Igor down to the ice. Freij's in the penalty box. Timrå working so hard to make something happen at the offensive end and to get a little out of position. You're caught scrambling some. And right there, just cutting in to block the path was Freij. And the call is made.